Nebraska Public Media Sports, Nebraska Championship Sports, and we are live at Warner Park in Omaha for the 2024 NSAA Baseball Championships. We turn our attention now to Class B, where it's the Griffins of Gretna East taking on the Norris Titans. And hello again, everyone. I'm Larry Putney, along with former Millard South standout and former Major Leaguer Brian Dunsing, and also former Creighton Prep and Nebraska standout Jeff Lisey. Good to have you with us as we get set for baseball in Class B. And Jeff, this is not new for the Norris Titans.
No, Norris has been here 3 of the last 4 years in the state championship game. Big-time performance. They've got Cale Fountain, who's been here all 4 years, and expect big things from him today. And on the Gretna East side,
that new kids on the block, new program, new school. No one older than a junior. We'll see how they handle it.
They're just 10 minutes away from here at Warner Park. A quick drive down. Here's a look at the map, so far what's happened. Malcolm knocked off Mount Michael in the bottom of the 7th inning, scoring 3 runs to win it in Class C. Here's our Class B matchup, and tonight at 7 o'clock, it's Millard West taking on Lincoln East for the Class A title. As we said, Gretna East just 10 minutes away from here at Warner Park. Norris Titans south of Lincoln down in Hickman as they get set to meet for the title. Norris with a win over Northwest, and Waverly and then Northwest again to make it. Neither one of these teams have lost yet on their side of the bracket. If you look at the bottom half, it's Gretna East with wins over Blair, Elkhorn North, and Plattsmouth to make it here to the finals.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. Welcome to Warner Park for the 2024 NSAA Class B State Baseball Championships. The Nebraska School Activities Association congratulates Gretna East High School and Norris High School on their athletic excellence and sportsmanship, and welcome the teams, their coaches, students, and families to the 2024 NSAA State Baseball Championships. The NSAA is proud to recognize its premier corporate partners, Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association, and Ortho Nebraska. Baseball fans, at this time, if you are able, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Performing the anthem today is the Columbus High School Octet featuring Nathaniel Navarrete, Aiden Ballantyne, Duncan Rosno, Kenneth Fuentes-Quelix, Shayla Menteza Gonzalez, Brenna Wemhoff, Brittany Munoz, and Emily Niles.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This Class B championship game features the number 3 seed with a record of 21-7, the Griffins of Gretna East High School, and the number 1 seed with a record of 24-5, the Titans of Norris High School. Now it's time for today's University of Nebraska System introduction of the players and coaches and starting lineups. The University of Nebraska System, the official starting lineup partner of the Nebraska School Activities Association. First, the players and coaches for the visiting team on the scoreboard. The Griffins of Gretna East. Leading off and playing second base, number 5, Tyler Cox. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 11, Easton Leahy. Hitting third, the shortstop, number 7, Nolan Green. In the cleanup spot, the catcher, number 10, Carson Herman. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 2, Curran Boswell. Hitting sixth and playing center field, number 1, Jensen Albers. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 6, Tanner Erdkamp. Hitting eighth and playing first base, number 16, Colton Nicholson. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 12, Seth Kragel. And on the mound for the Griffins, number 3, Trevor Cox. The non-starters, number 4, Colton Rice. Number 8, Jacob Weekland. Number 9, Kason Brown. Number 13, Chase Snedeman. Number 14, Nolan Iverson. Number 15, Carter Woodson. Number 17, Koa Stonebreaker. Number 22, Will Rector. Number 23, Austin Copeland. And number 24, Brody Zimmerman. The assistant coaches for Gretna East are Matt Renshaw, Collier Butchin, Brian Paul, Hunter Babe, and Wes Hubka. And the head coach for the Griffins is Daryl Everhart. Now let's meet the players and coaches from the home team on the scoreboard, the Norris Titans. Leading off and playing right field, number 4, Logan Michael. Hitting second, the shortstop, number 24, Cale Fountain. Batting third and playing left field, number 7, Jordan Monroe. In the cleanup spot, the third baseman, number 18, Crew Moeller. Hitting fifth and playing second base, number 13, Logan White. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 3, Brody Hoover. Hitting seventh, the center fielder, number 6, John Hood. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 21, Bryce Fountain. Hitting ninth and catching is number 9, Alex Small. Pitching for the Titans, number 1, Colton Homolka. The non-starters, number 2, Caden Keir. Number 5, Beckett Lund. Number 8, Austin Holt. Number 10, Tanner Klein. Number 11, Carter Ibsen. Number 12, Caden Kraft. Number 14, Porter Dutter. Number 15, Kyson Gaina. Number 16, Carson Ibsen. Number 17, Austin Elke. Number 19, JT Druba. And number 22, Eli Starner. The assistant coaches for the Titans are Scott Cohote, Will Hayes, Cade Argo, Dave Albers, Phil Ivey, Greg Martin, and Aiden Bennett. And the head coach for Norris is Sean Bartholomew. Today's umpires at third base, Ray Mansky. At second base, Nate Williams. At first base, it's Brandon Moore. And calling the balls and strikes this afternoon is Chris Frank. And now it's time for our ceremonial first pitch. Coming to the mound is Jeff Lizey. Jeff was a first-team All-Nebraska selection as an outfielder in his final 2 seasons at Omaha Creighton Prep. He went on to play for Nebraska in 2000 as a freshman when the Huskers went 51-17 while reaching the Super Regional. Lizey batted .380 as a sophomore while helping Nebraska earn its first College World Series berth. He was named a first-team All-American by the American Baseball Coaches Association the following year when he batted .371 to help the Huskers reach the CWS for the second straight time. He was chosen in the 7th round of the 2002 MLB draft, but he turned down a 6-figure offer to return to NU, where he batted .325 his senior season. A 3-year starter in center field, Jeff had a career .346 average for NU while helping the Huskers win 195 games. All right, Jeff, fire in a strike. Nicely done, Jeff Lizey.
Oh, Jeff, you had a chance to throw a strike and start us off right. Thoughts on that?
He blew it.
Yeah.
Just straight
All right.
choke.
He's going to make his way up here to the booth. We've got Class B state championship. Hopefully he's better up here than he was down there. We'll be back with the title game when we come back.
Life is full of milestones. Let Wayne State's graduate programs be your next big moment. Whether you work in education, criminal justice, business, public relations, human resources, information technology, or sports and recreation, our programs provide pathways to the next level in your career. Flexible and online, a Wayne State graduate degree helps you write that next big chapter in your life without having to put your life on hold.
It may be small, but this little bean fuels power. It powers a food industry as a source of protein. It's a fuel that powers diesel engines while reducing emissions. It powers a state economy and bottom lines. And it powers the rest of the world as a Nebraska export. Yeah, it may be small, but we're finding more ways for this little bean to power Nebraska.
Coverage of the NSAA Baseball Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, Nebraska Public Power District, and Teammates Mentoring Program. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Back here at Warner Park, getting set for the Class B State Championship between the Griffins of Gretna East and the top-seeded Norris Titans. Here's a look at the batting order for the Griffins. Tyler Cox leads us off at the top of the order with a 282. High batting average in the lineup is Easton Leahy at 315. He will be the DH and hit in the 2-hole. Defensively for the Titans, Monroe is in left. John Hood is in center. Logan Michaels in right. Moeller, Fountain, White, and Fountain on that infield. Smalls behind the plate. And Colton Homolka is on the hill for the Titans. There's a look at the numbers for Homolka. This will be his 9th appearance of the year. Unbeaten at 5-0. Pretty good ERA at 2.55. Brian?
Yeah, Homolka's big kid, 6'4", 190. He's going to throw 84, 90 miles an hour, somewhere in there. He's got a good curveball, slider. He's been able to command all three and has been very good for him all spring. So this is their dude. This is their guy.
All right, let's take a look at the other pitcher that went just a little bit ago. I don't know.
Tell me what you see here.
I just see.
Not a strike is what I see.
Hold on.
Well, the stride is
What are we
just
holding on to?
stride out.
I think he held on to the ball too long. That's what happened.
Oh,
Jeez.
he even knew he's disappointed.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
I wanted to see if he could, pick a ball in the dirt.
Yeah, without a mask on.
Not fair just to throw him a strike right down the middle.
Yeah.
What did he say to you right here? What were you
He
trying
said, hey,
to
man, that
do?
had some good movement. I like how you got glove side.
Yeah. Oh, you got to keep the ball. There's probably a scuff on it. Let's see it. Where's the ball?
No, we don't need to see that.
Okay, yeah.
Look at that.
That was just so you're too stiff. You lift too much weights. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many
Gotta
weights up
loosen-
top.
Right. Maybe a yoga class mix.
Yeah,
yoga.
yeah. Just upper body yoga, bare minimum next time.
Yeah. Here's what's great. Here's the other reason I did that is I wanted to put a little pressure on you, Brian. We saw Johnny Dorn in Game 1.
Yeah.
We got to say that mine was a little bit better than that.
Yeah,
Yours is
we-
at least like plate. You're within the vicinity.
Right.
You
No.
know. Dorn almost killed the people in the first row. Thank goodness there was a catcher because someone would have went down. But yeah, you can still see the scuff mark from here. If you look down at the plate, right in front of the plate. There it is. I can see it.
I tell you what, though, you get down there, and that Cale Fountain guy is a big dude.
He's humongous.
Yeah, he is.
He looks
Big
big
dude.
from up here. Yeah.
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 Oh golly.
All right, so Tyler Cox will lead it off here for the Griffins. First-year program for Gretna East. First ever time, obviously, in the state championship. And right away, Colton Homolka starts him off with a strike.
I'll be interested to see how Gretna East goes about this game, what their game plan is.
Outside corner. just off the plate. 1-1 the count to Tyler Cox. Homolka up and away. Boy, good size on Homolka. 6'4", lanky, 190. He'll touch 90. That's hit sharply through the left side. Good leadoff for Tyler Cox.
Yeah, and as a leadoff hitter, that's exactly what you want, right? Try and set the table, set the tone for the team and the offense. Gets a pitch up in the zone, something he can handle, and drives it into left field for a leadoff single.
What's interesting is the catcher, I think, thought he popped it up. He looked straight up in the air.
Well, like I said, you get down that field and the
He probably has dirt in his eye
right.
from the ball he said he catch from the first
I
pitch.
didn't think about that. It's a good point. He's probably still struggling with that. Bunt right back to Homolka, who will get the out at first. Sends Cox over to second base for the sack for Easton Leahy. That'll bring up the three-hole hitter, Nolan Green, the shortstop. There's head coach Darrell Everett. Born in Lincoln, Nebraska, went to Iowa State, played club baseball there. Active duty military with the Navy for 25 years. He looks like it, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yep, he sure does.
Off speed for a strike.
Be interested to see how Nolan Green can run here. Injuring himself before the last game, I guess it was, rolling his ankle at second base. He was a question mark till the game started. So see how he can move.
Gets that to the right side. Homolka over to cover for the second out.
Oh, PFP, you've practiced that once or twice, Brian.
I've only done it a few hundred times. Yeah. Yep. That's how you do it. That's the hardest one right there. Actually, that's the second hardest one. But yeah, 3-1 when the first baseman has to give you like a little arm overhand throw is tough. It's hard to be running and catch the ball and know where your feet are, so you hit the bag and stride. The hardest one is when it comes from the second baseman, because they don't really have any feel for it. They just like they let it eat on you, handcuff you. Then you look like an idiot if you don't catch it.
Called strike to Carson Herman, who's hitting in the four-hole, the catcher, hitting .288 on the year. Second opportunity with a runner in scoring position here for the Griffins. At third is Tyler Cox, called strike, and quickly behind the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Homolka wasting no time, going right at Herman.
Yeah, and I like the breaking ball. Looks like he attacked him with a couple breakers to start off the at-bat. Looks like it's a pretty good breaking ball from Colton Homolka.
Sets up away, jams inside, popped up, right back to Homolka for the out. So they'll leave the runner stranded in scoring position. And the Griffins come up with nothing in the top of the first. We head to the bottom half here in the Class B state championship game.
At Teammates, our mission is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring. Since 1991, Teammates has served more than 47,000 students across the Midwest. Today, we have a growing list of students waiting to be mentored. Mentors come from all walks of life. To be a mentor, all you have to do is be there. Find more information about how to become a mentor at teammates.org.
These are Nebraska corn farmers. They work in acres, not hours. Over 9 million acres to be exact. Harvesting the energy and climate solutions the world needs. Year after year. Year after year. We are proud to stand with you.
Look at the lineup for the 24-5 Norris Titans. Logan Michael will lead it off. He's hitting .357. Cale Fountain with 5 home runs on the year in the 2-hole, hitting .479. Jordan Monroe, .436. This is a stacked top of the order for the Titans.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's a Norris team that can hit really up and down the order, but like you said, I mean, Cale Fountain in the 2-hole highlights the lineup.
Albers, Craigle, and Boswell in the outfield. Erdkamp, Green, Cox, and Nicholson in the infield. Herman is behind the plate, and Trevor Cox, with his 11th appearance, will take the mound for the Griffins.
And again, for Gretna East, this is their guy. Coach Everhart said this is their energy giver. He goes, they go. He's going to be 82 to 88, 89, somewhere in there. He's going to compete, give you 3 pitches with fastball, curveball, slider. But he's got a lot to handle here with Norris's lineup, like you guys were just saying. 1 through 9 can swing it. They got speed. So he's going to have to get the leader, have to get on top of guys and try and stay ahead.
Gretna East knocked off Plattsmouth in the opening round, came back in the next round and beat the defending state champs in Elkhorn North. Then Elkhorn North was eliminated by Blair in the losers bracket on that side, and Gretna East beat Blair 5-0 to make it here to this state championship. Michael will start us off. He takes a fastball upstairs. Senior hitting .357, playing right field. Takes ball 2. Good crowd on hand for the Class B state championship. Ball 3 from Trevor Cox.
Norris's crowd definitely traveled well. If you look down above their dugout, they got a whole student section that's just standing right behind the dugout, fired up.
Inside half, called strike. 3-1 the count. Throws it behind Michael, and is a rare walk from Trevor Cox. He only had 16 walks on the season in his 10 appearances. Against 52 strikeouts, so had a good strikeout to walk ratio coming in.
That was an unusual miss. You know, sometimes you'll throw behind a hitter arm side, but come clear across.
And not a guy you want to walk, right? We've talked, and everybody knows Cale Fountain, right?
Yeah.
Cale Fountain in the 2-hole. You put on the leader, now you've got to face Fountain and trying to find the zone. This is not the guy you want at the plate if you're trying to find the zone.
Down low to Fountain. He is the power hitter. Committed to Florida State when he was an 8th grader. Florida State switched coaches. He looked around a little more. And now he's going to play his collegiate baseball at LSU. Wow.
It's a good program, too. He can play. Large human being. Apparently a great kid, which is
even better, right?
Yeah, it's even better. It's easy to root for kids like that.
There aren't too many people you talk to who just don't rave about the kind of person that Cale Fountain is. They're staying away from him here. 3 balls, no strikes to Fountain.
You talk about how he's going to LSU. I would say there's an asterisk there if he makes it to campus, right? There's some projections that have him going as high as number 30 overall in the draft.
First round pick, potentially, called strike.
I mean, if you're going off of body size alone, it's a no-brainer. And the kid can play. He's got a great arm.
Hits that sharply through the left side. First single of the game for the Titans comes from Cale Fountain. So now runners at first and second with nobody out.
Yeah, looked like a 3-1 breaker they left out over the plate. Cale Fountain a little bit late on it, right? I think he's probably looking fastball there, a little bit late on the breaking ball, but gets enough of it, get the base hit. Now you've got runners on first and second, nobody out.
For Jordan Monroe. Monroe hitting .436, the lefty. Nicholson at first drawn in. He'll square to bunt. Pushes it right back to Trevor Cox. Cox bobbles and won't be able to make a play.
Did exactly what he's supposed to do. Sack bunt, just got to put it in play, and you're supposed to sacrifice your out, but that's all right. Had a hard time fielding it, and now they got the bases loaded in a big situation. Bottom first already.
And Larry, we talk small ball from time to time, right? And I love it, especially, you get high school baseball, lower levels baseball. It's a tough play, right? And even if you execute perfectly, defense execute perfectly, you still move guys and advanced runners. But situations like this, like it just takes one little mistake, you mishandle a ball, throw a ball, and all of a sudden you create the big inning.
Quick meeting at the mound. This is more of a calm things down. Bases loaded, nobody out, bottom of the first. First ever state championship game for these Griffins, who, if you look at the team that came back, they really only had 2 varsity baseball players from last year. Everybody else was playing JV2 or reserve last year, and all of a sudden, they find themselves in a title game.
Yeah. I mean, they're a young squad. That's just there's no way getting around it. They're young. Now that's not an excuse they're going to use if you're Gretna East, but this is a big situation. None of these kids have been here before. And you got a team that can hit the ball really well in Norris.
That is struck well by Crew Moeller. Moeller to left, over the head of left fielder Albers. 1 run in. Here comes another one. Rounding third, play at the plate, and it is a bases clearing double for Crew Moeller.
Moeller wasting no time. His first pitch, fastball, something he can handle up in the zone. Moeller drives it to left, like you said, bases clearing double, advances to third on the throw to the plate.
Just a fastball up. Yep, just middle, ran right into his swing there a little bit.
You guys have that as a double advancing on the throw, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
Correct, yep.
So the double for Moeller, and he advances to third. So now nobody out. Moeller at third, and Norris threatening to blow it open here in this first inning. Logan White hitting .338 now at the plate. He swings through the off speed.
And you can see Gretna East bringing the infield in. They're trying to already keep this game close, not allowing any more damage to be done.
That's hit well into deep left. Back goes Albers up against the wall on a ball that is lit by Logan White. Stand-up double for White. Another run scores, and it is 4-0 Titans.
That ball was struck well. I think that also shows just how strong that wind is as well, blowing out to left. That ball just kept carrying and carrying.
He is not missing the barrels. And you look at it back to that very first batter, right? You walk the first batter on 5 pitches, and then you've got to face Cale Fountain, right? And you get behind in that at bat. And so I feel like on the mound, Tyler Cox is just, he's trying to throw a strike, right? Well, now the next 2 batters greet him with first pitch, hammering balls to left field.
Brody Hoover swings through that. Off speed from Cox.
He's just, unfortunately right now, Trevor Cox is just up in the zone. And when he's missing by a lot. It's not like he's just missing. So there's really nothing that the hitters have to necessarily eliminate, like we've talked about before. That they're just going there, seeing the ball up, put a good swing on it, and they're driving the ball.
Brody Hoover hitting .391 on the year with 3 home runs. He's the designated hitter, falls behind no balls, 2 strikes. There's Logan White, who had the double and an RBI. 4-0. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
And if you're Gretna East, we talked with Coach Everhart yesterday, and they don't have a lot of guys that they can really go to. They're going to need somewhat of a way for him to kind of calm down, get an out here, get you through at least the first inning, and see what can happen after that. But the last thing you want to do if you're Gretna East is have to go to the bullpen in the first inning.
Just got a piece of that to stay alive. Swing through and got the strikeout.
That's a big out.
Settled Trevor Cox down a bit.
Yep. Hopefully catch his breath a little bit, make a couple more pitches.
And set him up a little bit. The pitch before he went breaking ball, right?
Yep.
Trevor Cox went breaking ball, fouled off, and then comes back with the fastball, throws it right by him.
So center fielder John Hood now at the plate. Hood, a well-known name in Norris baseball. Called strike. 1-1 the count, 1 out. And Sean Bartholomew could not have asked for a better start here. 4 runs in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, talking about John Hood, 2 older brothers that played baseball here at Norris and also played at the University of Nebraska. CJ and Byron, his older brothers.
Two the count.
These last couple hitters have been better pitches by Cox here. I think he's starting to get a little bit on top of the ball now, which makes it go down a little better. First few hitters, he seemed kind of flat. Everything was kind of one plane, just side to side, which is obviously as a hitter is a lot easier to hit, if I'm not mistaken. But anytime you can get like a ball to go 2 different planes, you have a better chance.
So John Hood works at full.
Yeah, to your point with that, I mean, he's down in the zone now,
Yep.
right? I mean, the balls that got hit were up in the zone, right? And that
Yes.
fastball up isn't going to have any dive to it for a hitter. And unless you throw 90 plus, right, at this kind of level, you leave a fastball up and it gets tattooed.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you mentioned, Jeff, both CJ and Byron played at Nebraska. CJ, I think, now at Long Beach State. Coach says John Hood, the best center fielder they've ever had. Swings through, and a strikeout for Trevor Cox.
For Gretna East, good to see Trevor Cox start to settle in a little bit. And if you're going to be up, that's where you want to be, right? Up and just out of the zone, able to get just under the hands of the hitter.
Yep. And if you're Gretna East, if you're Trevor Cox right now, if you can get out of this inning giving up only 4 after the way it started.
Look out, here's Bryce Fountain to the right. That will fall, and rounding third and scoring is Logan White.
If you get out of this inning giving
single.
5, then that's a win, you know? Like,
all 5 batters at the top of the order have now scored for the Titans. As the younger Fountain, the sophomore, singles into right.
And you can see again that the pitch was up, right? I mean, that was a belt high pitch early in counts, and these Norris hitters have been aggressive. So to me, like when you have a lineup that's aggressive, it's good to start guys off speed, but you got to be down with it. You hang a breaking ball, it's going to get hammered.
well, it's got to be a strike, too. That's the thing. If you're throwing a breaking ball for a ball and then trying to throw a fastball and you're up in the zone with the fastball, like, this is what happens, unfortunately. And if you see it, like, they show a replay of his fastball, his hand's directly on the side.
Alex Small rips that into center for the single. Rounding second into third is Fountain. And from behind, coming to second, is he out? He is. Alex Small tried to stretch it into 2 bases, and he's thrown out at second for the third out. But not before the Titans get 5 runs on 5 hits, an error, and 1 left. They lead it 5-zip.
Finding your story starts at a place where possibilities align with potential. Chadron State College, where adventures lead to accomplishments, where opportunities connect to engagement. With a wide range of undergraduate and graduate programs, plus thousands of friends, CSC has everything you need to find your story. To get started and schedule your visit, csc.edu.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
Head to the top of the second in Omaha. Titans out early, up 5-0 on 5 hits in that first inning. You can invite friends and family from anywhere to catch the NSAA High School Championships on Nebraska Public Media Sports. Stream live on nebraskapublicmedia.org, or you can download the free app to watch your favorite Nebraska high school teams. Live streaming also available on Apple TV and on Chromecast, and download that app at nebraskapublicmedia.org/apps. Terrific afternoon here in Papillion for the State High School Baseball Championships, Class B. Crowned a champ earlier today. Malcolm winning it in Class C for the second year in a row, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to win it 3-2.
With 2 outs and no one on.
Wow.
What a game, right? It was a fun game to call.
Yeah, it really was.
Obviously for Malcolm, it's a fun ending, fun story. Your heart goes out to the Mount Michael guys. I mean, they battled. They played such good baseball today. And in games like that, it's just, it stinks that somebody has to lose, right? And for Mount Michael and those kids being here for the first time, good opportunity, and unfortunate for them, not able to record the final out.
Curran Boswell at the plate. He's hitting .269 for the Griffins. Swings through that, count evens at 2-2.
All right, now if you're Homolka right here, now 5-run lead, you go right at guys. Get outs. Keep moving. Get your offense back in the dugout. And if you're Gretna East, you're trying to say to yourself, what do we got? How can we fight? Scratch, just do something. Stay in the ball game.
Grounds out to Logan White at second for out number 1. So that'll bring up Jensen Albers. Called strike to Albers. Albers hits that sharply, and it's going to drop in front of John Hood for a single. Second single of the game here for the Griffins.
Yeah, and for Gretna East, that's what you need, right? You need a spark, you need a little life, something to get the guys going and start to instill a little bit of confidence. You can see Albers gets a pitch. Middle in, down, does a nice job going down and getting it, driving into center field.
Two-hopper out to the shortstop. Flip from Fountain to White. Over to Fountain in time. Good 6-4-3 double play. And out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. In the top of the second. All Titans here through an inning and a half.
At Teammates, our mission is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring. Since 1991, Teammates has served more than 47,000 students across the Midwest. Today, we have a growing list of students waiting to be mentored. Mentors come from all walks of life. To be a mentor, all you have to do is be there. Find more information about how to become a mentor at teammates.org.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What do you think about going to college?
I'm kind of scared.
I feel nervous a little bit.
That's kind of a tough one. I'm not really sure yet.
I'm excited for college.
How are you going to pay for it?
To be honest, I don't really know.
That's actually a really good question.
So what if you had a friend you could ask?
Back here at Warner Park in Papillion. Norris trying to expand on its 5-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second. That's hit well, but high into center. Albers is over there, and whew, good crap by Albers. It was on the transfer on coming out, so he is safe. Or, I mean, he is out. Center fielder was okay, is my point.
Yeah, and that ball just went a little further than Albers thought, right? I mean, his first move was to his left. All of a sudden, he had to start retreating on it. But yeah, it's definitely a catch and on the transfer.
It's only the second inning, but Gretna East is in desperate need of a 0 this inning. After putting up 5 in the first, got to keep this game here, right where it is now. Give yourself a chance.
Cale Fountain back at the plate. He is 1 for 1, a single in the first inning.
Yeah, no doubt, Brian. I mean, this is a long game. It's still early.
Yep.
But, right, you don't want to let it start to get away from you, right? And all of a sudden, Norris has another big inning and takes the wind out of your sails and, again, almost puts the game away early. So it is important, as you said, to get the 0 if you're Gretna East. Keep yourself in the game.
Pops that up in the infield. Bergkamp pulls it in.
Yeah, I don't think Trevor Cox even saw that. You could see him with hands up.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the diamond wondering where it was.
Well, and just to point out that wind again, that thing went straight up over the mound, and it went clear to third baseman.
Left fielder Jordan Monroe now at the plate. Popped up into left field. Still drifting back near the track. And pulled it in for the third out. So the Titans in the second go in order.
Live streaming for the NSAA championships are also available at the Nebraska Public Media website and on the free Nebraska Public Media app.
Car's not just a car, it's a time capsule full of memories, adventures, and unbelievable stories. Letting go of a car you love is difficult, but knowing it will support a cause you believe in makes it much easier. Donate your car to public television. Call or go online.
Five to nothing the score as we head to the third. Liking what you see if you're a Norris Titan.
Yeah, I'd say you like that start, right? I mean, and this is a hungry team, right? Finishing runner-up last year, having that taste in your mouth, being so close, right? And losing in a heartbreaker. Coming back this year, I mean, that fuels the fire, and that's the motivation for all your off-season work, everything you're doing. And for Norris, this is the exact start you'd like.
And Gretna East trying to switch things up right here, switching up Everhart from third base to first base box.
Wow, look at that.
Trying to switch the mojo.
We have an equipment issue or maybe a...
His earpiece broke from, probably broke from the first pitch he had to catch.
The ceremonial pitch.
Yeah, ceremonial pitch.
Probably
like
caught the side of the ear.
Yeah, I mean, it's he had to
go to
quick move to his left, right? Yanked the earbud out.
It was brutal.
It was terrible. I've seen some things on that, but that was pretty bad.
I felt like it was a good back foot slider.
But it was a fastball.
No, it was a slider.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
He put down slider. You didn't see that?
No.
Oh.
Didn't. I don't think you did either.
This is Colton Nicholson at the plate now, not Seth Kragel. Colton Nicholson is hitting in the 8-hole. Number 16 for the Griffins. The lineup has been changed since what we were given by Coach. So we're still trying to figure out positions and lineup. For those of you at home, called strike there to Nicholson.
Coach Everhart's trying to keep all of us guessing.
He's afraid you'd give it to the competition. There's Colton, sophomore for the Griffins. Pitch inside, just a bit inside on the 2-2 count now.
One thing I think safe to say is there's not going to be a senior in the Gretna East lineup. All right, we're not going to mess that one up today.
No, we cannot. You're right.
Yep.
Wouldn't think so.
There are no seniors attending Gretna East this year. That is hit sharply into left, right in front of Jordan Monroe, and a nice single for Colton Nicholson.
And just so we're clear, for anyone that's listening, that's like the whole school. It's not just baseball.
If you were, first year of the school, so if you were at Gretna, then and you were a senior, you were allowed to stay at Gretna and finish.
Oh, okay.
And so if you're a junior or lower and you live in that district, you had to go to Gretna East. It's not open enrollment, so attendance at the school is dictated by where you live.
Yep.
And your grade this year. Gretna East believes they'll probably be a Class B school for at least a couple of more years. And I know the attendance cycle is on a 2-year cycle, so it could be up to 4 more years.
You know, something I'd love to see at some point is dividing based on talent's not the right word, but performance, right? And maybe if you gave like a 3 or 4 year window, but it seems like it's a good sack bunt.
Moves Nicholson over, so Kragel successfully gets the sack down.
And I get how it's done, right? And you divide up by size, but there's certainly some schools that are bigger schools that don't have the talent, right, and can't compete on the same level. And it's good for everybody, right? I mean, and there's some smaller schools that have a ton of talent and could compete at the Class A level. I know some states divide up their classes that way.
So would you do it by sport then? You're in a different class for every sport?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
Well, I think you'd have to.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yeah, because if you were Class A in we'll say baseball, and like your softball team is not as talented, if you will.
That's hit in left field. Holding at third is Nicholson. Single by Tyler Cox. That's his second single of the game. And so now with one down, runners at the corners for the Griffins as they try to scratch a few runs across.
This is good by Gretna East, putting together some good at-bats, still sacrificing guys over. Like, that's just telling Norris, hey, we're not going away. We're not giving up. We're not quitting. Keep playing the game the way we play it.
And this is a big inning for Gretna East, right? They have to get something on the board here, start to get themselves back in this game. You're in the top of 3. Norris put up the 5 spot in the bottom of 1. So, again, this is an inning you have to answer if you're Gretna East. And now you're at the top of your order as well. So, again, this is an opportunity they have to capitalize.
Leahy hits that foul. So you do it by what, a 2-year rotating record, Jeff?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and like let's say maybe if you win state, almost like relegation and promotion and European soccer.
Got it.
And then if you underperform and you get moved down a class.
Seems complicated.
We could do the same thing in the broadcast booth and keep you out of the booth for a few years. Good grab and left by Jordan Monroe. Scoring from third base is Nicholson, and the Griffins are on the board.
Griffins are on the board, and that's a big run for Gretna East to get the sack fly. Are you saying, though, that I should be relegated? Is that?
Oh, no. Is that how you took that?
No.
I think he's talking about me.
Oh.
No, I just think it's that whole concept is a really bad idea.
Okay. All right.
Just dumb.
Swing through. Going with the pitch and stolen base. The stolen base for Tyler Cox.
Gretna East still just challenging Norris.
And I like the stolen base, right? You get into scoring position. Nolan Green, a really good hitter, really good player for Gretna East. Give him an opportunity to drive in a run here.
Off speed and called strike. Grounded out to second base in the first inning. Pitches away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't know if our gun is right. That said 86 on our screen, but that sounded and looked harder than 86.
Swings through, tagged him out, gets the strikeout to end the inning, but not before the Griffins get at least 1 on the board. Nicholson scores on the sack by Easton Leahy. 5-1 is our score.
Have you ever driven past these fields without knowing the story they hold? Grown with care and harvested with precision, Nebraska soybeans are where technology meets tradition. Today, soybeans are key ingredients in our food, our transportation, and products around our homes. And tomorrow, the possibilities are endless. So, the next time you pass these fields, remember the power packed into every pod.
Some jobs are hard work, long hours, busy days, late nights. But there's something in us that keeps us going when we know what we're doing is making a difference in someone's life. Because it's the hardest jobs that are the most important, and that pride you feel makes it more than worth the effort. NPPD, powering our state, empowering your life.
Back here at Warner Park for state championship baseball, Class B action, Gretna East and the Norris Titans. Titans with 2 doubles and 2 singles in the first inning put 5 runs on the board. And they lead it 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. Crew Moeller will start it off. He had 1 of those doubles back in the first inning. Pops that up on the infield. Tyler Cox calls everybody out, goes out, and does not catch up to it.
That's difficult. As a pitcher, you need that out all day. And again, that's a win thing. In all honesty, that's a shortstop's ball probably, and he went second base immediately because it started on the right side of the second base and landed left of it.
I don't think that's an error, is it?
No, that's a hit. But
it's a hit.
Didn't they count it as an error? Second error, yep.
Yeah, definitely a hit. I mean,
yep.
To Brian's point, I mean, that's what I was going to say immediately. That's the shortstop's ball, right? And I know it started on that other side of second base. But your shortstop's got to go and get it. And I kind of wonder, I mean, we've talked how for Green, he's got the ankle issue.
Yeah.
And if that's normally, he would take off after that ball. And if maybe because of the ankle, if he didn't. But like you said, the wind factor, wind going out to left and pushing that ball from was started on the second base side of second and ended up more middle or even shortstop side of second base.
See the wind blowing out here at Warner? Yeah, just kept pushing it out. Albers had come in and was right behind him, but I don't think he was in a position to be able to call him off and take the play in center.
That's a long run for him. I don't think he could have got there. Gretna East is in a really important part of the game again. They just scratch the run across. If they can throw up a 0, kind of keep the momentum going.
Swing through, Logan White. 2-2 now the count. Out of play. Crew Moeller, he's played all over the field this year for the Norris Titans. He's been kind of their utility guy. Good pitch today. Depending on how long Homolka goes.
Gretna East does have someone warming up down there in the bullpen.
And after the first, Trevor Cox has settled in, right? I mean, the runner on first really is one that shouldn't be there. And all of a sudden, if he's not, you'd have 2 outs and nobody on in this inning.
Right.
He threw a clean bottom of the second. So after that first, and again, we talked about it, he walked the leadoff hitter, right? And then fell behind Cale Fountain to start the game. And I felt like he was just trying to feel for it a little bit, right? And just trying to get some balls over the plate. And then when he did that with runners on, this Norris lineup did a good job of capitalizing and punishing some baseballs. But since then, he's settled in. He's done a nice job.
Moeller is back.
Sometimes as a pitcher, when you have a bad miss, like a really bad miss, you get in your own head and you're like, what was that? Like, what am I doing? How bad are my mechanics that I just did that? And next thing you know, like, it snowballs super fast, and you do start feeling for it, and you're not sharp with stuff, and that's what will help elevate the ball as well.
Brody Hoover at the plate. Hoover struck out back in the first inning, or the first out of the inning. 3 strikeouts now for Trevor Cox. Straight take there by Hoover. Sean Bartholomew could not say enough good things about Brody Hoover and how much improvement he has made year over year. Said the most improved guy on the team, and it's not even close. And that is hit sharply into center, and it is down. Throw will come into second. So Albers feinted the grab. But Moeller is in at second off of the single from Brody Hoover. Hoover wasn't even on JV guys last year, and he hit under 200. And now this year, he's hitting 391 coming into this game.
Yeah, and you can see the short, compact stroke. I like the deke there out in center field. Almost able to pull it off and record the out at second, but like you said, Hoover, not even a JV guy. Struggled as a junior on JV last year, right? Now hitting 390 this year. And again, the swing there is really short, compact, pretty simple and repeatable swing. You love having that as a coach, right? Somebody that puts in the work and they're rewarded for it and having a big senior year.
I think that's what the point Bartholomew was making is, here's a kid who, when you don't do well on JV in your junior year, most kids would say, all right,
I'm good.
I'm done, right? But he didn't. He went into the cage, worked hard, and hitting almost 400 this year into the starting lineup. Runner is off. Throw comes down to third. Not in time. Double steal for the Titans. Crew Moeller, good read.
And you can see the footwork there. Had a little bit of that shuffle start. Get the momentum going towards third base. Got a good jump. And able to steal the bag relatively easily.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Now to John Hood. Called strike 3. Struck him out. Got him looking. 4th strikeout for Trevor Cox.
That's a big strikeout, too. Now you have 2 guys in scoring position instead of just one pitch prior. So big strikeout. Now if you just get a pop-up, another strikeout here, get your boys off the field. You know, what they say, win every inning, right?
Bryce Fountain now back at the plate. He's a Nebraska commit, just a sophomore. He had a 2-out RBI single in the first. Here he is again with 2 outs and 2 in scoring position. Pitches away to Fountain.
When you talk about this being a big at-bat and big moment in this game, and you remember back to the beginning of the inning, and Mueller hit the pop-up into shallow center that is a ball that really should have been caught, right? And if it is, Gretna East gets out of this inning without any damage.
That's hit high in the air. Boswell back there in right. No damage as Trevor Cox works around the 2 singles. Still 5-1 as we head to the 4th.
We come from different places.
To push past anyone standing in our way who say,
"You're not good enough."
You can't afford this. We stare down the challenges.
And we tell them yes.
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 Yes, I can.
We come together with maverick spirit.
With hope.
With determination.
With passion.
We build up our community. Somos familia.
Because our community is part of us.
And we are a part of something bigger than ourselves.
We share one goal. To change the course of our lives forever.
These are Nebraska corn farmers. They work in acres, not hours. Over 9 million acres to be exact. Harvesting the energy and climate solutions the world needs. Year after year after year. We are proud to stand with you.
Back here for the Class B championship, along with Jeff Lisey, Brian Dunsing, I'm Larry Putney, joined by Daryl Everhart now, the coach of the Griffins. Rough start, but it looks like Trevor Cox has settled in.
Trevor's a competitor, and not probably the ideal situation that we wanted in the first inning, but Trevor will come back, and Trevor's going to compete, and these Griffins are going to back him up. So it's going to be some good baseball still to watch, so hang in there.
Coach, what's your approach now against Norris?
I think we're going to try to score one more run than them.
Okay, I love it. Yes, very nice.
Was a very Jeff Lisey answer.
Yes, I love that.
We appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You bet.
That's right. Just score one more run than the other team.
That's right.
That's the approach. That's what you're trying to do. And I like the answer and the response.
Two balls, no strikes from Colton Homolka.
You heard Coach talk about Cox's competitiveness, right? And wanting the ball, being out there and competing, and we've seen that, right? I mean, he didn't have his best stuff in the first inning, got touched for 5. But he's battled back. Even that last inning is a good example, right? Gives up the leadoff base hit on a ball as a pitcher, like you talked at the time, Brian, like that's one that off the bat, you think he got out number 1, and all of a sudden there's a run on first, nobody out, and he was able to battle through the inning and get out of it without any damage done.
Yeah, and it's even harder, too. Like that, as a pitcher, it's hard to swallow when you've already given up 5 in the first inning, and that happens on top of it. It's easy for you as a pitcher to start thinking like, woe is me, or it's over, or whatever. But, yeah, I mean, he's done a great job of settling in, keep competing, pick up your guy, make the next pitch. He's keeping him in this game right now. It's a 4-run game instead of 5 as they scratch one across. So if they get another one here, who knows?
Third time in 4 innings, the Griffins have the leadoff runner on base. This time via the free pass.
And all of a sudden, if they can put up a couple runs this inning and create a little bit of momentum and get the scales tipped in their favor, I mean, they've got something to work with.
Mm-hmm. Curran Boswell lines that foul.
I think that's what, anytime your team that you get punched in the mouth early, right? You get down early. You don't have to get it all back at once, right? But if you can just start to get yourself back in the game and get the team believing that you have a chance, then you truly do.
Mm-hmm. Showed bunt, pulled it back.
And it is interesting to see how Gretna East is still attacking this game. We saw the sack bunt. Was that last inning? We saw the sack bunt,
inning,
right?
yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say typically when you're down 5 runs in the 3rd inning in a high school game, you probably put away the small ball and play for the bigger inning. But we see them in the bunt attempt again this inning. They're still competing, one, but two, like playing small ball, playing their game. They haven't got out of their style in their game.
Yeah, it just shows that they feel they're still in this game.
Ball 4, back-to-back walks. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Mentioned this is the first year for Gretna East. The Griffins really didn't know what they had. When Coach Everhart took over the head coaching job, he said we really hadn't done, the map to see how many kids would be coming, who they would be. But the one thing he did know was how important culture was going to be his program. I think it was his son who said to him, Dad, the one thing I'll remember is the culture of the team. And so right away he went to the parents, got the players together, had what they called open field, allowed everybody to come in, really begin to create a positive culture. And I'd say mission accomplished when you make it to the state championship game.
Yeah, that's a great point. Culture is everything. It's hard to win when you have a team with cliques or they don't get along or some infighting, whatever. We have a team that's truly pulling for each other and truly loves each other. Like they have a better chance of success.
Big opportunity here in the 4th for the Griffins. 2 on, nobody out. Albers at the plate. He'll square. Bunts it foul.
That's what I love about high school sports, right? If we've got the counter going, just love high school sports. The community feeling, a lot of these teams, right? The Gretna community, the Norris community, and everybody pulling together, going in one direction, trying to accomplish the same goal. And again, you've got kids that have grown up playing the game together. They do it. It certainly means a little bit more, right? And they've got those relationships. I know, Brian, you and I were talking earlier that
squared again.
As an athlete, you don't necessarily miss the game, right? And we obviously love the game, right? But what you miss is the guys and the clubhouse and the camaraderie, the locker room, all of that sort of thing is what you miss. And that's what keeps teams together and keeps teams fighting for each other and keeps teams like this game's a perfect example. You get down 5 runs early, but you're playing for each other, not just yourself. I think it's easy, especially in this day and age, right, with social media, and it's becomes very much a me first attitude. But these teams and communities, it's certainly about the team first, and that's the approach and mindset.
Pass ball, and the runners advance. So now, with nobody out, 2 in scoring position for Jensen Albers, as he's worked the count to 2-2.
Yeah, and if you're Homolka and this Norris staff, this is not how you want to start the inning, right? You go walk. They're trying to sack runners over, and you just gave each of them 90 feet.
And that'll score a run, hit to the right side. Up for the out, but crossing home plate is Carson Herman.
And that's where it just kills you, right? I mean, they go walk, wild pitch, give them each 90 feet, where without the pitch before that would have been a tailor-made double play, right? Instead, it's an RBI ground out. And again, now you've got Gretna East starting to climb back into this game. Important for Gretna East to try and scratch across another one with the runner on 3rd and 1 out here.
Tanner Erdkamp at the plate. Erdkamp grounded into the 6-4-3 back in the second.
It's just those leadoff walks, right? Like, it's like one of the first things they teach you about pitching is always try and get the leader. Obviously, you're not going to get him every time, but leadoff walks will haunt you constantly. And it's going to show, for instance, this inning specifically. It's okay if they hit on, right? If they hit themselves on, that's okay. Like, at least you competed and they earned it as opposed to just giving them a free pass.
Check him on the move to third.
I like the look over there.
Don't mind it at all. Called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now with 1 out to Erdkamp. Erdkamp trying to get bat on ball here, score the run from third. Called strike. Now he'll shorten up and really try to get bat on it.
That might have caught the outer banks of the river. Whoa, that's all right.
3-2.
Yeah, like you said, Larry, I mean, early in this count as a hitter, you're trying to drive a ball, right? And you're still trying to create the big inning. Now with 2 strikes and 1 out and an infield back, important just to put it in play.
And he does. Too short. Scores the run. Fountain makes the play. But all of a sudden, the Griffins right back into this at 5-3.
And there it is, right? I mean, you have the 2-strike approach. Good job just getting the ball in play, getting yourself the extra run. And like you said, all of a sudden it's a 5-3 game. Gretna scored 2 runs in this inning, and they haven't hit a ball out of the infield, right? They go walk, walk, advance the runners on the wild pitch, and now a couple of ground balls in the infield.
So Nicholson back at the plate. He singled and later scored in the third. Colton hitting out of the 8-hole. Quickly behind, no balls, 2 strikes to Colton Homolka. Got him. Second strikeout of the game for Homolka. But 2 more runs in the inning for the Griffins. They've cut into that lead. It's 5-3.
Have you heard about FAFSA?
It's like a form you fill out.
Fill it out and you get money for college.
Easiest way to get money for college, hands down.
FAFSA. It's a life hack.
It's your way in.
So you want to help me pay for college? I'm down.
Heck yeah.
Definitely. How is this not trending on all the things?
It took me like 30 minutes to fill out.
So easy.
How much am I gonna get?
This is a hidden gem.
Fill out your FAFSA.
FAFSA.
Drink water, buckle up, fill out your FAFSA.
At Teammates, our mission is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring. Since 1991, Teammates has served more than 47,000 students across the Midwest. Today, we have a growing list of students waiting to be mentored. Mentors come from all walks of life. To be a mentor, all you have to do is be there. Find more information about how to become a mentor at teammates.org.
Back here at Warner Park, along with Jeff Lisey, Brian Dunsing, I'm Larry Putney. Good to have you with us, joined now by the Titans head coach, Sean Bartholomew. And Sean, Jeff Lisey wasn't sure, but he was wondering if that's the way you wanted to start the game.
Yeah, no doubt. When you can put up a 5 spot in the first, yeah, you'll take that any day of the week.
And how about, I mean, this is 3 out of 4 years in the state final for your guys. Talk about what that means, the program, kind of approach going in, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you know, we don't change our approach based off the history of our program. It means the world to us to be back here. Obviously, it's one of our goals. Yeah, we don't change our approach. We just got to keep playing the way we play.
Sean, thanks for joining us.
You bet. Thank you.
They have been runner-up in this state championship 8 times. 1 time they've won the title. 8 times runner-up. That was, again, the case last year when they were runners-up. 3rd trip in 4 years. They won the Class B title back in 2013. The history is there. The success is there. if you're a Norris fan, you'd like to see maybe a few more championships when you have, when you get into these games.
And that's where I think the start they had today was so important for them, right? Because it's easy to start, even though those are past teams, and it's not this group, but it's easy. Then you know the history, right? And it's easy to start thinking.
Hit sharply, out of the glove, thrown over, and wide of the bag. Rounding and heading to second. Alex Small reaches on the error.
Tough play. Ball is hit on an absolute line, kind of handcuffed him. Unfortunately, just rushed the throw. Thought he had less time than he actually had. Ends up throwing it away.
Almost caught it, right?
Yeah.
Just bobbled and then threw wide. Kyson Gano, the sophomore, is running now. Yeah, Chase Ninneman. So it's Chase Ninneman now at short. Good catch, Jeff. Ninneman is now in there at short for Gretna East. Bunt to the left side. That's a tough play. Great bunt by Logan Michael with the bunt. And now runners at first and third. Nobody out. And that'll be a single. So you wonder, we knew that Nolan Green had an ankle injury that was suffered in the semifinals and didn't know if he would play. Obviously, with Ninneman out there at short, Green's ankle's bothering him. 13. Yeah, it is Chase Ninneman at short.
Yeah, Green, when his last swing, he just looked really ginger after he swung and missed, and kind of looked like he's hobbling back to the dugout a little bit.
That is struck well into center field. Albers goes back to make the grab, tagging at third, and scoring is Alex Small, and the Titans have answered the two from Gretna East.
And that's a big answer for Norris, right? I mean, we talked about they got off to the good start. Gretna East been chipping back into this game. And so for Norris to respond and get something, right? This inning still goes, and they may add to it, but just to get something to kill the momentum a little bit and start to turn things back in their favor.
And both teams showing that they're willing to play small ball. Bunt guys over, put them in position to score.
So one out with Jordan Monroe now at the plate. That's in the dirt, 1-1. Brian, what we probably haven't talked about enough is the tenor that a ceremonial pitch can set for a game.
I mean, it's a ceremonial first pitch, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, hey, this is how the game's going to go.
Right. You want to get a strike over, you want to...
Yeah, and when you have somebody out there and just short hops it, that looks like they've never thrown a baseball before in their life.
A little bit, right?
It really just throws a damper on the whole game.
Was it shot put it almost?
Basically, yeah. It was definitely a catapult, I think.
See, I thought, burying that back foot slider to get things going, I mean, just kind of setting the tone there.
Did you let the catcher know you were throwing a slider?
Oh, yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Then why was he surprised and
No, he wasn't surprised.
jumped out of the box?
I saw him. I mean, I said I'm going to go
Caught him in the ear,
slider.
broke his IFB.
Yeah,
We're wondering if he was going to be able to play for a second.
His eyes always get that big with the pitch coming in.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give the hitter anything good to hit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's a hitter in the box. That's right. Yep.
In case you're just joining us, Jeff Lisey throughout the first ceremonial pitch of this Class B state championship. Put it in the dirt. And he was, the strange thing is he's throwing from like 45 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Still put it in the dirt.
Yep. I told you got to throw up. You can't throw down.
Ooh, swings through and got the strikeout. That's a big K. 5th of the game for Trevor Cox.
Cox is doing a good job of settling in. I know we've said it a few times now already, but he's making some better pitches. He's down in the zone. Norris is still putting some good swings on it here and there, but for the most part, he is settled in. He's locked in, and he's got his team right back in this ballgame.
The run he's given up here in this inning in the 4th is unearned.
And Brian, I saw you kind of handling the baseball earlier. He kind of gets on the side of the baseball.
Correct. Yes.
Right?
Yep. He's on the side. And so when you're on the side and you come through, like the ball is going to go what they call one plane, so straight across. Okay, so it goes sideways. As a hitter, the less movement, the better, right? Mm-hmm. So when you are, like I said, on one plane, you're on the side of the baseball. Ball comes this way, it's going just straight across, or it stays flat. It's in one spot, a lot easier for a hitter to hit. But if you get your hands on top, your fingers on top just a little bit, that gets that little downward movement, and now it's going more than one plane. So it's not only going across, it's also going down. And for a hitter, it's a lot harder to put a barrel on it. And when you're pitching, any ball that goes down on the way to the plate, it's so much harder for a hitter to get underneath that the ball goes in the ground. That's how you get the double plays. That's how you get the weak ground balls, stuff like that. So as long as he can stay on top just a little bit, get that angle down, like things will have a better chance.
And even if he's on the side, if he's down in the zone, it's going to naturally have a little more sink and run to it, right?
Correct,
but when he misses up and his fingers are on the side of the baseball, he said, then it just stays on that plane.
Stays there, yep.
And that's the pitch that gets hit, and that's what we saw in the first inning, right?
Yeah, first inning.
Everything that Norris hit hard was up in the zone.
Pitch up and away, 2-2 the count with 2 down. Crew Moeller at the plate. Moeller doubled in the first, singled in the third. He's 2 for 2. And now full count, 3-2, 2 down. Michael at first. Will be off with the pitch, 3-2 count. He's running. Hit foul. Flying to center field, Jensen Albers reels it in. Titans get a run in the 4th on the sac fly from Cale Fountain. Now the score is 6-3.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
Sudden cardiac arrest is the #1 cause of death in students involved in activities. 7,000 adolescents lose their life annually due to sudden cardiac arrest.
If defibrillation through an AED is administered within the first 3 minutes, survival rates increase to 74%. If an AED is used within the first minute, the survival rate rises to 90%.
For every minute that passes without defibrillation, survival rates decrease by 7 to 10%. Are you and your school prepared?
Back here at Warner Park in Papillion, Titans on top of the Gretna East Griffins 6-3. Pleased to be joined now by Marty Cordaro, the president of the Storm Chasers and also the Omaha Union. Boy, what a great venue for this.
Well, we think so. 2012 was the first year we were able to host, and other than 2020, we've been straight through, and the tournament continues to grow. Obviously, Class C baseball is happening, and second year that the finals have been televised, and our great partnership with Adrian Dowell and Ethan Anderson, everybody at UNO. So, we're glad to have both of you here, Larry and Jeff.
Yeah, no, it's great to be here.
And Dunsing. And
Dunsing, right? He's doing a great job.
Hey, nice first pitch.
Oh, my gosh. I've been getting a bunch of...
That's great. Oh, right on cue, Marty. Good to have you.
Hey, I could stay. I can stay a while.
That's great. But let's go back and take a look at it, because we've talked about it a few times over the course of...
So good mechanics here, and then I'm just going slider down. You can see that movement, right? And it's tough to hit.
You still have the movement, though.
Right.
That's good. That's good. Hey, I've always told people, I'm 29 years in baseball, I've always told people on first pitches, aim for the catcher's head, not the mitt, because you get up on a mound, and it's different for someone who hasn't thrown on that. Mm-hmm. We had a partnership with the YMCA years ago, and I go out on one of their fields, and what do? I one bounce it. I couldn't even.
All right, this is good.
I couldn't even take my own advice. So I feel you.
Strike out there to start the top of the fifth inning. What's it like hosting these, the high school state championships? I know now we've moved to 3 classes. We had a great attendance this morning with a fantastic game, and you see the crowd here. It's terrific.
It's hard on our staff. I mean, honestly, it's fairly easy for me. I do help out and plug holes, but I don't have a specific duty. But it's hard, when we have soccer here now, and then, we have obviously Storm Chasers. This was the first year we had games in the morning and then early afternoon, and then Storm Chasers baseball. It's the first time we've tried it, and but it is hard. And our grounds crew does such a great job, and this field, it takes a lot of beatings.
Hit sharply just under the glove of Cale Fountain for a single with 1 out here in the 5th.
But our team does a great job. Kyle and Casey and Logan leading our field staff, and Anthony Getz is the one that's been working with Colton and the NSAA. And, look, it's a beautiful day for it. We wish we would have had this weather the whole tournament. Wednesday was a little challenging, but we're here. A great first game. You're right, and this game is moving right along with good competitiveness, and then obviously tonight, Millard West and then Lincoln East.
And don't be fooled, Marty is down there working while I'm going down for the first pitch. He helped me avoid a spill on the ground, right? Somebody had spilled something. He's down there cleaning it up. So
I thought he helped you avoid spilling your drink.
Yeah, I wish.
You've been around the Omaha sports team, Marty, for almost 20 years now, right?
The first year was 07 at Rosenblatt,
and
obviously, so my first 4 years were the last 4 years there, and then this is our 14th year here at Warner Park, and that's all AAA baseball, and then first year for Union Omaha was 2020.
Yeah, talk about the growth you've seen.
Look, it's been a lot, and I remember sitting in the press box May of 09. I think that's when Trev Alberts was hired. It was either May of 08 or May of 09. I think it was 09, and we were both talking about their challenges with hockey at that time, not CHI, but I believe it was it Quest Center at that time?
Sure.
Or CenturyLink? I don't know the link. But I remember talking to him about what could be, and that was before Baxter Arena. That was before Warner Park. That was before Liberty First Credit Union, Ralston Arena. That was before.
Wow.
It was before a lot, and I remember that conversation because, and that was before Schwab as well. It was before TDA. So a lot has changed since that conversation, and before the Supernovas, before Union Omaha, and before Class C, and before a lot of sports, before female wrestling, high school. A lot has changed in the time since I've been here, and it will continue to grow. And I don't want to get into the changes at the NCAA level because those are going to continue as well. But I think the growth of sports and entertainment, it's allowed. There's more inclusivity. There's more access for kids. There's more women's sports, and I think that's a positive.
We're going to have a pitching change. A couple of wild pitches there from Colton Homolka, and his afternoon will be complete. Runners at first and third with one out. Not a bad outing, though, for Colton Homolka.
Yeah, Homolka did what he needed to do for Norris, right? I mean, we've talked to us several times that they got out to the early lead in this game. He's kept the lead for them, throwing a lot of strikes, keeping them in this game, and giving this Norris team a chance to win a state championship.
Storm Chasers off to a great start.
Yeah, Mike Jerschley, his second year is managing. I don't know if it's his second or third tour with managing us, but it's kind of cool to have his jersey retired and our manager, and he's managing us. But doing a great job. And, the Royals went out and signed 7-8 free agents. They've had a great starting pitching from Lugo, and Waka's picked it up recently. And, that has allowed players that need to be in AAA to continue their minor league development to be here instead of being overmatched at the big league level. So you're seeing success in Kansas City, success here. And we're excited about what the rest of the season holds for the Royals. And not just that, but as these players are able to develop at every level, because it keeps players down at AA, at high A, and low A as well, for them to be appropriately matched, to be able to get their innings, the batters to be able to get their at-bats. And we're excited about the next 3 to 5 years in the system as well.
How much do you follow what the big league club is doing and those guys, their performance day to day?
I wouldn't say, individual players day by day as much, but absolutely how the big club is doing, because, Jeff, that's when a lot of moves happen here. And I don't remember what the number was, but 260, 270 transactions last year. That's a lot of movement up and down. We had some guys that were up and down 9, 10 times, and that really is challenging from a perspective of any continuity or consistency at this level. So Jersh did what he could last year, and he looks like a genius this year, but it's really not Jersh. It's just a little bit more continuity and knowing who the players that are here and who's going to be able to be in that lineup, a little bit more regularity than what we had last year.
Any storm chasers that we should be on the lookout for at the next level?
Well, Drew Waters right now is just simply on fire, and he's an outfielder. He can play all 3 positions, probably best in center field. That's where Kansas City has struggled. They're 6, 7, 8, 9, or at least their 7, 8, 9 spot in the batting order, and defensively they've been pretty good in the outfield. But Drew, I think, could really fill a void there. He came over in a trade from Atlanta a little while back and was a top prospect. So, we're hoping that he's going to get a shot at the big leagues. And there are a number of arms, but probably Will Klein out of the bullpen. He was in the Futures game last year during the Major League All-Star break, and I think Will has a really bright future. And there are a number of pitchers in our starting rotation that have pitched really well equally.
Before we let you go, maybe just a comment or two on your partnership with the NSAA, how important that is to you, and again, the opportunity for the NSAA to play in a park like this.
Yeah, this has gone on again since 2012, and Jennifer and Jeff and Colton and everyone that we work with now and those that came before them. It's been a great partnership. We're here to continue to grow the game. We started asking about television 8 or 9 years ago. We started we found out that it was really based on we need a 1-game championship. So I'm like, okay, well that's going to be easy. I'm sure the coaches and ADs, they won't mind a tournament bracket change. Well, 8 years later, and a lot of conversations with a lot of different people, finally realized that it really could help change the trajectory of high school baseball. And we're excited to continue to be a part of that. I have to give credit to Andrea Bador, who managed this tournament for a number of years. She's now working over at Bellevue University. She really led those talks at first, and we continue them on. And it is a partnership. It's a true partnership. And again, bringing on UNO and the Papillion Vista School District and a number of the surrounding youth fields that are now turfed really has helped as well with the challenging weather. So it takes a village, and it really is nice that you see Sarpy and Douglas County cooperating together. That doesn't sometimes always happen in this community.
Well, you've helped pull that village together. You've been a tremendous advocate for baseball in the area, and we just want to say thanks so much for joining us.
Larry, thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Yeah, Jeff,
Marty,
thank you very much.
Yep. So you see the throw down go into center field, run scores, and Gretna, the Griffins have answered now.
Yeah, I'd love to see how Gretna has continued to bounce back, right? They continue to compete. They continue to scratch and claw and keep themselves in this game.
Yeah.
And we worried in the bottom of 1 if this was a game that was going to get out of control. Now all of a sudden we're looking up in the fifth inning, and we've got ourselves a heck of a ball game.
And another walk. As that's Ninneman who draws the walk. Ninneman in there for Nolan Green. So we have runners now at first and second. Just one out and a 6-4 game. After the first out of the inning, Tyler Cox with the single and back-to-back walks. When you look at the way that the Griffins have scored their runs, Jeff, it's almost all been manufactured. The 2 walks in the 4th inning, 2 ground outs after the wild pitch to score runs. Those all came with no hits, and then here, Cox with the single, you have the overthrow, the run scored, a couple more walks.
Yeah, they've absolutely manufactured runs and found a way to scratch across a few, and it feels like, it still feels like a game that Norris is in control of, but again, you look at the scoreboard, and right now we have the tying run on first base and the go-ahead run at the plate.
Carson Herman at the plate. He walked to lead off the 4th and would later score. He's 0 for 1 in the game. Porter Dutter on the mound for the Titans. Dutter, a fastball, slider, changeup guy. 78-84. Good slider, but right now Griffins are not chasing it, and that is hit well as he has to come inside with the fastball. That's going to find the gap in left center. Another run will score. A rounding third. Here comes Ninneman. He is in there, 2-run triple on a ball that was pounded by Carson Herman. And we are knotted at 6.
New ball game. Gotta love how these Griffins have competed here on the big stage first time out, and you see, like you said, the fastball middle in. And Carson Herman did not miss it. He drove that ball to the deep part of the park in left center field for a bases clearing 2 RBI triple.
Jeff mentioned he wasn't getting any chase on his slider. They were laying off it. He had to come inside, and it is a triple for Carson Herman. Welcome back to the booth, Brian Densing.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, 6-6 now. And infield drawn in with 1 out. Called strike. Curran Boswell now at the plate. Infield drawn in, trying to cut down the run. Boswell swings through. He's behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Check swing.
Yeah, that's a good pitch and a nice job by Boswell just to lay off the pitch, right? If he goes there, it's going to be strike 3. Big situation, big opportunity for the Griffins, and Boswell has to put something in play if he can. Ideally, you're trying to get something in the air to the outfield.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Go ahead run at third base for Curran Boswell. Boswell off the end of the bat, right back to Dutter, who throws him out at first for 2 down.
What a huge out right there. Obviously, if he walks somewhere, he gets on, the double play ball is still in order, but that's a big out.
So the infield will retreat to normal depth, and that'll bring up Jensen Albers, the center fielder. plate, ball one. Called strike. One in the third inning, 2 in the fourth, 3 here in the fifth, already in for the Griffins. Called strike 2. 1-2 the count now with 2 down. Dutter gets the strikeout. Leaves the go-ahead run at third, but not before the Griffins put 3 on the board. Big triple ripped by Carson Herman. That scored 2 and evened it at 6 apiece.
Phelps Memorial Health Center is now offering cardiology services on site in Holdridge. The cardiology team is able to address high blood pressure, shortness of breath, coronary artery disease, heart failure, and more. Treatments may include medication therapy, minimally invasive testing, and outpatient procedures that seek to improve overall health. Whether patients need a cardiologist or are looking for specialized services closer to home, Phelps Memorial Health Center is here for your healthcare needs.
At Teammates, our mission is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring. Since 1991, Teammates has served more than 47,000 students across the Midwest. Today, we have a growing list of students waiting to be mentored. Mentors come from all walks of life. To be a mentor, all you have to do is be there. Find more information about how to become a mentor at teammates.org.
Score now 6-6 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. A 3-run fifth inning for the Griffins. And Brian, I know how you talked about how much you like walks. Norris has walked 4 runners. All 4 have scored. Here is the overthrow to second. Run scores. And then the triple into left center. 2 more score. And that's how we're tied at 6.
You know, I was with the Twins, the Metrodome. They had like the old school scoreboard. You know, it's like the single bulb thing.
Oh yeah.
And anytime anytime the opposing team would walk one of us, they throw up this old school looking ghost and it says "Walks would haunt." I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's the pitcher's motto.
Yep.
Walks will haunt.
Titans have only walked 4 Griffins, but all 4 have come around to score.
You guys talk walks. I'm hoping for a long ball today because I think we got the approval from Brian Dunsing that if a home run is hit today, he is going to dance like he did in the Cubs bullpen.
He committed to it. Yeah.
He committed to it. and he told the story in the Class C game earlier about how they started that when he was in Chicago, and he had some good dance moves. And
there's one thing you know about Brian Dunsing, too. He's a man of his word. When he says he will do something like that,
his word's stronger than oak.
There's no doubt.
Oh, gosh. No. Nope. I don't think it's happening.
I still remember back in summer ball, Luis Garcia, a guy I played with, he had the best dance moves you've ever seen. And rain delay or something, he'd be out there dancing. Like any time he had the opportunity, he danced. I think you might have played with his
Alex.
Was it Alex?
Alex. I didn't know.
I think
Are they related?
cousins.
Oh.
Cousins, I think. Yeah.
I did not. Well, what was
Alex was a good dancer as well.
Yeah, but like, what were some of the moves that Luis did?
I don't know. I don't remember. He was just, I remember vividly, great dancer.
Yeah.
Like I said, rain delays, clubhouse, always on the move, Luis.
Yeah.
Just a good dude.
Yeah. I could tell from that arm action, the first pitch, that you are really fluid with your arms and body when it comes to dancing.
We're going back to that?
I mean, that's all I got right now. You guys just keep roasting me.
When you were out of the booth and Marty came in, first thing Marty said when he sat down was, "Nice opening pitch, Jeff."
Was he being serious?
Yes. We thought maybe you told him to say.
No, I should have. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh! I've had a few text messages, and all it says is it's a picture of him throwing. It says, "What was that?" That's all it says.
Now, how is Johnny Dorn not getting roasted more in this? Right? I mean, he was a pitcher in college.
Yeah.
And we're lucky the catcher made a play on his.
Yeah. You're just trying to deflect.
Right.
Trying to do.
He is big time.
I texted Johnny after that, and I said, "I know you're better than that." And he responded with, "I think it caught a corner of the plate." And I immediately told him, "No, it did not." So you still, I mean, you at least threw yours like it was close to the plate.
Slider. I mean, that was a.
I know,
and we got another look when Marty was up here. It had some good movement. There was.
It's called gravity.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough pitch to hit.
At 20 miles an hour, anything will move, right?
Yep. Do you throw batting practice to your 11-year-old team?
I'll tell you this. People can vouch for it. I throw money BP.
Okay.
Money BP.
From what, 8 feet?
Right.
Called strike. 2-2 is the count.
I just need an L screen in front.
There you go.
I was worried about it.
You should have him bring it up.
6 strikeouts for Trevor Cox, who's done a nice job of battling back after the first inning. Called strike 3, got the K. That is 7 Ks for Trevor Cox. And guys, you feel like the momentum is beginning to swing the Griffins' way.
Coach Everhart said that Cox is their energy giver. He's settled in. You're seeing it now, too. The way he's pacing around the mound, getting the guys going. He's feeling it right now.
Feeling the flow, riding the bull.
John Hood now in there, takes strike 1. Oh, he's feeling it now.
Yep.
Hood will step out, take his time, because Cox is ready to go. The 0-2 with 2 down. Two. Gets sharply out to short. And Neneman can't handle it. It'll be E6 and a runner aboard for the Titans.
Ball's hit fairly well. Just kind of seems like he maybe sat back on it just a little bit and let the ball play him. Tough hop.
So here's Bryce Fountain now at the plate. Quick check over. Hood is back. Good speed by Hood at first. With 2 down, a threat to go. Like Bryce Fountain was waiting for that pitch.
Yeah, and it's a good pitch. I mean, that pitch is up in the zone. I mean, we talked about how Cox, when he got hit, was up in the zone, but those were more like belt high, just above the belt. That one he got up and in, well located.
And Herman behind the plate's been doing a really good job with his pitch presentation, making everything look as good as he can.
Popped into the air. Here comes Albers making the run. Dives. Cannot make the play. John Hood rounding third. He's going to try to score, and Hood has given the Titans back the lead.
It's a good effort from Albers in center field. Had to run a long ways to go get that ball. Just not quite able to make the play off the end of the glove. And that's a big run for Norris, right? Because we've seen the momentum shift Since that first inning, it's been all Gretna East, and with Gretna East tying it in the top of the 5th, that's a big answer, big response for Norris to take the lead back here in the bottom of 5.
Called strike, Alex Small. Now hitting in the 9-hole for the Titans. Outside of those 5 runs in the first inning that Trevor Cox gave up, the other 2 runs in the 4th and the 5th have been unearned.
And that's a huge momentum shift too. I mean, if that play's made it short,
yep.
You go 1, 2, 3, get out of the inning just after you tied it up. I mean, it's all Gretna East from there on out. But Norris now able to take advantage, scratch one across, and they got the lead back again.
Threw him out at third. Bryce Fountain was trying to read. Trevor Cox stepped off, threw to third, and got the out. Big swing here. Hood scores. 7-6, Norris.
Imagine a future fueled by soy-based possibilities. A future where creativity and productivity live together under one roof. A future that takes you from point A to point B to point Z, all while ensuring brighter tomorrows for our next generation. A soy-based future? It's already here.
We come from different places.
To push past anyone standing in our way who say,
"You're not good enough."
You can't afford this. We stare down the challenges.
And we tell them yes.
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 Yes, I can.
We come together with Maverick spirit.
With hope.
With determination.
With passion.
We build up our community.
Somos familia.
Because our community is part of us.
And we are a part of something bigger than ourselves.
We share one goal: to change the course of our lives forever.
Titans have regained the lead here as we head to the top of the 6th inning at Warner Park in Omaha. 7-6. 8 hits to the Griffins' 6. As we slowly work our way into the early evening here in Papillion, the Titans and the Griffins for the Class B state championship. It's not often that you have a school in its first ever year win a state championship, which is what the Gretna East Griffins girls soccer team did just a few days ago in Omaha. But now they're playing for their 2nd state championship. And this is coming in baseball. And they did really well in journalism this year as well.
It's not easy to do, that's for sure.
No seniors in the building. Bodes well for the future. Off the fist into left, Jordan Monroe calls it off, takes the for 1 out. So Erdkamp with the first out of the 6th. You know what a Griffin is, Jeff?
What is a Griffin, Larry?
It's an imaginary, or maybe even mythological.
Is it like lion, like a flying lion or something like that?
Yeah, it's an eagle and a lion combined.
It's illegal.
I watch Ghostbusters, so they had a Griffin in Ghostbusters.
Okay.
The original Ghostbusters.
You were like 30 when that came out, right?
How many years ago did it come out? It was in the 80s, right? So I wouldn't have been 30 yet.
Oh.
Wait, this is the one with like
25.
Bill
Murray,
the marshmallow guy?
Yeah,
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's hit sharply at third, scooped up by Crew Moeller in time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th.
feel like you like marshmallows, Jeff. So.
Huh. I don't know where that came from, but...
Stay Puft Marshmallow.
Ghostbusters 40 years ago?
No, come on. It was not 40 years ago.
It's got to be close.
30 years ago? 40 years ago.
It was in the 80s, correct?
It was in the 80s, like 84.
I mean, 40 years ago is 1984.
40 years ago.
Rolled right back to underneath the pitcher's glove, and Fountain can't handle.
Yeah, and I don't know if that ball changed course.
Yeah, it might be a hit.
A little bit. Oh, it definitely should be a hit. I don't know if Dutter got just a piece of it and it changed course a little bit. Get a good look at it here. Yeah, you can see.
Just missed it.
But that's one Fountain at short. You'd like to see him bare hand that baseball, right? No reason to go down with the glove. Like,
especially he played on his right side, right? So his arm side, throwing arm side.
Into the dirt. Good block by Alex Small behind the plate.
And you look across this Norris infield, it's like big dudes everywhere. Like it looks like a college infield. Obviously, we've talked Fountain at short. Looks the part. Brother Bryce at first. Moeller at third base is a big dude. I mean, just across the infield.
Yep. Logan White's out there at second saying, well, you've mentioned everybody but me.
Right. Pretty big dude himself, right?
Yes, he is.
I mean, not like...
Called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down.
Like people see me, Larry, and they're always like, oh, what'd you play, second base, right? Nope, I'm left-handed.
Didn't they say, oh, you didn't play?
Well, based on that first pitch, you weren't a pitcher either.
That's hit into center. 1 hop right in front of John Hood. And the Griffins trying to answer the 2-out run with a 2-out run of their own. How about Tyler Cox's day, guys? He is now 4 for 4. Great swing there.
Great looking swing.
It's perfect, right? Short and compact to it, long through it, gets the arms extended through the baseball. Stays on it really well. Yeah, have yourself a day, young man. 4 for 4 in the state championship.
He went for strike 1. Easton Leahy now at the plate, the designated hitter. Lacey with 2 sacks and a walk. He is 0 for 0. But he did score back in the 5th after the walk. Two-out singles have runners at first and second. Kregel is at second. Cox is at first. Good pitch, just inside. Just missed.
They're getting the outside part of the plate. The inside part of the plate's a little smaller, it seems like, as this game has gone on.
Oh, that missed in.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, good.
All right, yeah. Hitters.
He didn't want you to agree with him here?
No. Hitters think everything's a ball.
Yep. I mean, I don't know if you'd classify him as that, but 3-1 the count, 2 down. That's hit sharply. Fair ball. From second, here comes Kregel. Kregel will score to even it, and they're going to hold Cox at third, and it is a RBI double for Easton Leahy with 2 outs.
Yeah, and you can see the pitch. Middle in on the plate. And Leahy did a nice job driving into left field.
Just a great piece of base running, too. He knew right away he ain't stopping, which is good. Obviously 2 outs. Running on the pitch or on That's just a good piece of hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to tip your hat if you're a pitcher. You don't want to, but you have to.
Got started on that little bleeder underneath the pitcher's glove by Seth Craigle. He comes around to score with 2 outs. Very similar to what happened to the Titans when they had the error and then later came around to score, and we are knotted at 7 here in the top of the 6th. We'll be back at Warner Park. Stay with us.
As the executive producer of our sports programming, it's really a thrill to be able to produce the high level of sports content that we get to do here at Nebraska Public Media. Being able to be out across the state and representing folks from Lincoln and Omaha to Scottsbluff and Chadron and showcase some of the great athletes that we have within Nebraska is really a thrill for me. And I know that it's a thrill for all of the other producers and crew members who work on all of these shows. Takes a lot of work, but at the end of the day, that final product of being able to air these games and know that people are enjoying them, that's just a thrill, and I am so glad that we're able to do that. I think it's important for people to donate for Nebraska Public Media to continue to deliver the same high quality content that we have. To be able to donate to Nebraska Public Media allows us to continue producing the same high level quality content that you've come to expect from us and that we hope to continue to provide for years to come.
New pitcher for the Titans. Number 18, Crew Moeller. He comes over from third base to the mound. Alex Small goes from catcher to third.
Moeller's going to be 82-85. He's got changeup and slider to go with his fastball. And Norris is doing what they can here, trying to hold it here. Empty out anyone they got.
So wholesale changes. I think we have a new, obviously we have a new catcher as well, with Small going to third. I believe that maybe Logan Michael, who came in from right, if I'm not mistaken. Number 2 is now in right field. And that is Caden Kerr in right. Here is Neneman at the plate with a runner at third. 2 down. Fouls that straight back. So the changes defensively for the Titans. Small is now at third. Moeller obviously pitching. Michael behind the plate, and Kerr comes in right field. One ball, 1 strike to Neneman. Down in the dirt.
Gretna East trying to scratch one more across here. Neneman charged the air last inning, it short, which cost him a run in the end. Has got a chance here to kind of redeem himself a little bit.
Just a bit high, says home plate umpire Chris Frank.
Yeah, now he's in a good situation for a hitter, right? 3-1 count, couple runners in scoring position. The base open, but this is a hitter you want to attack.
Neneman lifts that into the air, giving chases Bryce Fountain in foul territory, gets the out. But with 2 outs, the Griffins get a rally going. And they punch a run across. We are knotted at 7 as we head to the bottom of 6.
Have you heard about FAFSA?
It's like a form you fill out. Fill it out and you get money for college.
Easiest way to get money for college, hands down.
FAFSA. It's a life hack.
It's your way in.
So you want to help me pay for college? I'm down.
Heck yeah.
Definitely. How is this not trending on all the things?
It took me like 30 minutes to fill out.
So easy.
How much am I gonna get?
This is a hidden gem. Fill out your FAFSA.
FAFSA.
Drink water, buckle up, fill out your FAFSA.
Did you know that the #1 reason officials quit is because of verbal abuse from parents and fans? We are losing officials, and we need everyone to respect the ref.
Judges help students to find their voice and become lifelong supporters of the arts. Without these individuals, NSAA activities would not be possible.
I cannot participate in the activities that I love without these officials and judges. So please, let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and let the judges judge.
State championship on the line in Class B from here at Warner Park. The Titans and the Griffins. That's what's at stake. Gold medal and the trophy. And it'll be handed out here. Our second state championship of the day. Third coming up later this evening. 7 o'clock, it's a rematch between Millard West and Lincoln East. But we've got stuff to decide here in Class B first. Bottom of the order at the plate for the Titans, it'll be Alex Small. Small singled back in the first and reached on an error in the fourth. He's 1 for 1.
This game is definitely shaped up to be a little different than what we thought was going to happen after the first inning when it was 5-0 Norris. And Gretna East has just done a great job of just sticking around, chipping away, winning each inning.
That is fouled back.
And for you guys, the streak continues, right? You had 3 unbelievable baseball games last year.
Correct.
State finals. Yep. We had a gem here earlier today.
Yep.
Walk-off winner earlier today. And now here we go again, right? And it's a 7-7 game in the bottom of 6. So we've had nothing but fantastic baseball in the state finals.
2-2.
Makes it fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure parents' heart rates are up a little bit, but that's what it's all about.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Everybody thought that was a strike except for Chris Frank. Trevor Cox was walking off the mound, getting ready to throw it around. Instead, we've got 3-2.
Brian Dunsing was doing his punch-out dance.
He did do that.
Stay
alive?
It was a strike. That's okay. It might have been
just
down.
off?
It might have been down.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yep.
Umpire made the call. That's all that matters.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Just off the plate. And Alex Small leads off the bottom of the 6th with a walk. So to the top of the order we go for the Titans. Logan Michael will be at the plate.
I think just a little strategy talk here. And here's the difficult thing, right? Typically, I would say you'd maybe sack bunt here, right? But the problem is if you sack bunt with Michael, that gives the open base for Cale Fountain. So almost for sure, if they sack bunt, then they're going to just put Cale Fountain on, right? You intentionally walk him.
Right.
So by doing, if you do sack bunt, you're going to take the bat out of Cale Fountain's hands. So it'll be an interesting call. I think I would, if it was me, I think I would let Michael hit.
Yeah, they might try something. They might have him square, see what kind of defense they got going on too. Like just kind of, or they might show it late.
Here's a situation Larry and I talk about a lot. I mean,
that makes it even easier.
A walk and hit by pitch.
I was just going to say, for a left-handed batter with the runner on first, double play depth with your infield, you got the big hole on the right side to work with.
Just rides in on Logan Michael, and that will bring up Cale Fountain. And now we get a visit to the mound. And that's going to do it for Trevor Cox. But boy, what an outstanding outing for Cox after those 5 runs in the first inning. Did he battle?
Did a great job. That could have easily just spiraled, and we could have been talking about a blowout game after that first inning. He found a way to settle down, keep his team in it, keep competing, and left it all out there on the mound for his guys, and they're in this ballgame.
When we come back, we'll have more on our new pitcher from here at Warner Park. Stay with us.
Be sure to watch Backyard Farmer for answers to all your gardening questions. Join our Nebraska Extension specialists and professionals to help you grow your garden and landscape plants the right way. Whether it's turf, flowers, trees, shrubs, or vegetables, Backyard Farmer has the answers you're looking for. If you love gardening, you'll love Backyard Farmer. Thursday night at 7 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Well, let's take a look at the outing for Mr. Cox, who was terrific after that first inning.
Did a great job keeping the Norris hitters off balance. He finally started missing down in the zone, and then when he was missing up, it was above the letters as opposed to right about belt high. And just kind of kept competing. Now his boys got a chance to stay in this game and have a chance still to win.
There are the numbers for Trevor Cox. He went 5 2/3. 9 hits, 7 runs, only 4 of those were earned. The new pitcher is Albers. Jensen Albers comes in from center field.
Little lefty's gonna be about mid-80s. He's got a fastball, slider, and splitter, which is interesting. You don't see very many of those, especially at the high school level. But Coach Everhart said this little guy likes to have fun out there. So you might see him laughing, joking around a little bit. Enjoys the game of baseball.
And he will face Cale Fountain, who's hitting .479 on the year. Fountain is 1 for 2 in the game. Swings through the first pitch.
What the off-speed pitch there to start Fountain? Was that change up or maybe the splitty to start him?
Splitty, I'm not sure. Couldn't really get a read on that one.
Lifted high in the air, drifting over is Boswell from center. Makes the grab, and both runners retreat. It's a big out.
Very big out. 1 pitch away right now. Might throw, get a splitter down here, hit it in the ground, turn 2.
Yeah, anytime Cale Fountain steps to the plate, he's a threat to change the score. We saw a couple off speed, the breaking ball, just well located down, right? And anytime as a pitcher, if you miss up with the breaker there, Fountain's going to put a charge into it, but he gets the breaking ball down and able to record the first out of the inning.
Down low from Albers as he's facing Jordan Monroe.
And even better for Gretna East, this is like the matchup you're looking for. You skate away from getting out for Fountain there, and now you got a left-on-left matchup with a chance to turn 2.
Called strike. Monroe 0 for 3 on the day. He reached on an error in the first, flew out to left, and then struck out. Big moment here for the Titans with runner in scoring position. 2 on, fouled, out of play.
And Albers is coming. He's not shying away. He's going right at him. Saying, here it is. Competing really hard. Competing well.
What do you think? 1-2 count, 1 out. Couple runners on, you go something off speed down?
I think you go off speed down. Left on left.
Off speed. Middle. Boswell spins. Going back. Still going back. Over his head. Alex Small will score. Here comes Logan Michael. He's going to be held at third. It's an RBI double for Jordan Monroe.
Yeah, and he got the off speed, but he left it up in the zone, and Jordan Monroe hit it a ton.
Really good job of hitting, too. Stayed back the whole time. It's almost like he's sitting on it. But, yeah, that ball's up, belt high. We just talked about it, yeah. Anytime an off-speed pitch is up, it's easier to get elevation on it and put it where it needs to go.
And with the wind blowing out to left, it kept pushing that ball, right? With the left-handed bat, he stayed inside it well. And so it had a little bit of that spin going away anyway, but then the wind just kept pushing it. We saw Boswell in center. He actually opened up to his glove side and then got spun around.
Hit sharply right at third with the infield drawn in. Erdkamp fires across in time to get Crew Moeller. And the runners remain at second and third now with 2 outs. Good play by the third baseman.
You know, with the infield in, there's a good look at it.
And moving to third base, that would be Trevor Cox, who moved over to third base on that last change. So Trevor Cox at third now after pitching. Into the dirt, runners will hold.
Nice job blocking that and keeping in front. I mean, right now you're looking at a 1-run game, but a base hit from Norris, and they start to pull away, right? They're going to score 2 with a base hit at this point. So important for Gretna East to keep this game where it is, give themselves a chance heading into the 7th inning.
Trying to hold up, but Crew Moeller has the strike called. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Crew is 2 for 3. He doubled and singled. Had a long fly ball to center. He's hit the ball well all 3 times. The 2-2. Now full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runners at second and third. Draws the walk. Bases loaded. What was that? Might have been a batter behind. Yep, that was Logan White who just drew the walk. So Logan White now at first. And this is Brody Hoover. So Hoover now at the plate.
That 2-out walk, base open. Yeah, you'd like to get the out, but that doesn't hurt you right now.
Hit through the gap in the left side. 1 run is in. They're going to wave around Jordan Monroe. He'll score as well. 2 more in here in the bottom of the 6th for the Titans, and they've opened up a 3-run lead.
Yeah, that's a big hit from Brody Hoover, right? To give him the 2 insurance runs, and the inning continues. You see, again, that's a breaking ball. It's just up in the zone, right? You leave that pitch up, and it's going to get hit And Brody Hoover doing a nice job getting into the left field for the 2 RBI single.
So now John Hood at the plate. That's hit well. There goes Boswell back, won't catch it. Another run in. Rounding third. And it is a 5-run inning in the bottom of the 6th for the Titans. Hoover all the way around to score. Logan White also in. And they've opened this up here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, some big 2-out hitting. Driving runners in, that's often the difference in games. Hood getting a pitch he can handle, and he drove it into left field for the RBI triple.
Bryce Fountain right back to Albers to end the inning. But a big inning it was for the Norris Titans. They put 5 runs on the board in the bottom of the 6th. And they are 3 outs away from their first title since 2013.
Our world is filled with wonders that amaze, surprise, and delight. For decades, Nebraska Public Media has been committed to bringing it all to you. While serving you with great public television and radio, our purpose is to be an invaluable source of news and inspiration that is freely available to everyone. Give generously to help create a brilliant year of public broadcasting. Make your donation today at nebraskapublicmedia.org/donate.
This season, satisfy your gardening curiosity with Backyard Farmer. Our Nebraska Extension specialists and professionals have the answers you're looking for. From beginners to green thumb veterans, learn the secrets to a bountiful harvest, safeguarding against insect pests and diseases, keeping your lawn pristine, and so much more. Backyard Farmer is your go-to guide for all things gardening. Saturday morning at 10 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Big bottom of the 6th, 5 runs for the Titans have given them a 12-7 lead. Five runs in the first time they were at the plate, and maybe 5 runs in the last, if they can go and end it right here in the top of the 7th. Carson Herman will lead it off for the Griffins. Curran Boswell is on deck. Jensen Albers will bat third in this inning.
And this game is not over, right? We've seen this Gretna East team compete and battle back, right? And they have a lot of fight in them. It's the beauty of baseball, right? Is there's no time limit. They still have 3 outs, and I would not count Gretna East out of this game.
Herman, who had a triple last time at the plate, will start off the 7th. He had the triple that scored 2 to tie it up. At that point, it was 6-6.
Interesting coming out swinging first pitch. Usually, you get down like that late in the game, you're having coaches tell you take to get a strike, make the pitcher work a little bit.
Pops it up on the infield. Play made.
Not an easy play for a catcher, right? And especially with the wind pushing that ball a little bit. It's a nice job just recording the out.
Curran Boswell now at the plate. That's also popped up. Mueller calls everybody off. and makes the play. 2 down. Well, these Titans work the entire offseason at Impact Athletics on 120th east of Hickman, Chad Guston's place. This kid played back in 2017. They have their own ability to hit in the offseason and work, and they have put on a hitting display here in the 6th inning. And now they are 1 out away from their first state championship since 2013. They've only won 1. They've been a runner-up 8 times. Two balls, no strikes. Jensen Albers is 1 for 3. Draws the walk.
And to your point earlier, Brian, that typically when you're chasing 5 runs in the last inning, a lot of times you're going to take TC1. You're just trying to get base runners, right?
Correct, yeah.
Make the other team work. So Gretna East have a couple quick outs.
Yeah, and pop-ups, you know, like to make it even worse. It wasn't like they hit the ball hard somewhere, just right at somebody. They were, you know, weakly hit straight up. So that's not what you're looking for if you're Gretna East to start the inning, obviously. So to see them get a 2-out walk is probably what they were trying to do to start. But again, if you're Norris, 1 pitch at a time.
Yeah, if you're Norris, I mean, you're looking to close the door right now, can taste victory.
That's hit sharply just by Bryce Fountain. Albers moves up 90 feet. Runners now at first and second with 2 down. And if you're a Titan, you're thinking, okay, those runs don't matter, runners don't matter. Get it out.
Yeah, it's that's the beauty of having the 5-run lead.
Yep.
You know, you can just still make a pitch, 1 pitch away from a state championship, just get it out. And if you're Gretna East, you still got to be putting together some good at-bats.
And that's what we were saying in the bottom of 6, right? When it was a 1-run game and 2 outs, that was the huge benefit of those insurance runs, right? And
yeah,
to score those extra 4 with 2 outs in the bottom of 6 for Norris was huge. It gives them a little breathing room, a little cushion that they can play comfortable baseball still.
Colton Nicholson at the plate. 1 for 2 in the game. Pitch from Moeller. Called strike. Into the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Moeller trying to close it out for the Titans. 10 trips into the title game. 1 state championship in 2013. 8 times a runner-up, including last year. Hit by pitch, bases loaded.
And how about this? I mean, things start to get a little bit interesting. You have a 1-2 count on the batter with 2 outs, and you plunk him, and all of a sudden the tying run is on deck.
Mm-hmm. So that'll bring up Seth Craigle at the bottom of the order. Craigle singled last time in the 6th, sacrificed in the 3rd. He's 1 for 1. Everhart looking for a pinch runner at first, and he'll get it.
When we talk about the on-deck batter being the tying run, don't look now, but that's, I believe, Tyler Cox with 4 hits on the day.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're Norris, I mean, this is the batter you want to get, right? You got to go get him.
So Jacob Weekland in now to run at first base. Mueller will go from the wind. Strike 1. Swings through it. Mueller gets the strike, and we are at 0-2, 2 down. Seth Craigle trying to keep Griffins' hopes alive. The 0-2 from Mueller. Got him! And the Titans are back on top. Their first state championship in 11 years. And after being a runner-up last year, they will take home the trophy in 2024.
And again, like, that game wasn't over. Like, we just had bases loaded, 2 outs, and a chance for Gretna East to get back in this game. It's I mean, again, another great game. Different style than Class C, but Norris getting the job done.
Yeah, great job by Norris. After getting out to the big lead to start this game, Gretna East gets back in and actually not only got back in the game, made a fantastic baseball game, but Norris getting the job done, had the huge bottom of the 6th inning with 5 runs in the bottom of 6. And for Norris, and take home the hardware, and that's a fun victory for that club and that coach.
Fantastic first year for the Griffins as they finish 2024 runner-up in their first year as a school and a program.
That's hard to do. No seniors. Bunch of kids that were playing on JV2 and reserve last year.
When we come back, medals and trophies will be handed out here at Warner Park.
And we have liftoff.
They're some of the biggest discoveries in science.
Trying to understand what dark matter is and what dark energy is.
And the biggest mysteries left to solve.
We have no clue about what this stuff is, but it is profoundly important.
Decoding the universe. Cosmos. On Nova.
Wednesday night at 8 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
We know that your car is not just a car, it's a trusted companion, a time capsule full of memories, adventures, and unbelievable stories. Letting go of a vehicle you love is difficult, but knowing it will support a cause you believe in makes it much easier. Donate your car, truck, motorhome, or even classic car to public television, and support quality programming the entire community can enjoy. We'll even send a tow truck to pick it up at no cost to you. Call or donate online.
This season, satisfy your gardening curiosity with Backyard Farmer. Our Nebraska Extension specialists and professionals have the answers you're looking for. From beginners to green thumb veterans, learn the secrets to a bountiful harvest, safeguarding against insect pests and diseases, keeping your lawn pristine, and so much more. Backyard Farmer is your go-to guide for all things gardening. Saturday morning at 10 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Coverage of the NSAA Baseball Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, Nebraska Public Power District, and Teammates Mentoring Program. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Back here in Papillion, where the Titans are the Titans of Class B. They win the state championship 12-7, taking down the Gretna East Griffins. Time now for medals and trophies to be handed out, and for that, we go to our public
Nebraska
address
School
announcer,
Activities
Heath Kramer.
Association is honored to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Executive Director Jennifer Swartz and NSAA Board of Directors Kara Graham of Lincoln Southeast, Dr. Dana Weissman from Sutton, and Dr. Nick Wemhoff from Fort Calhoun. Here are the awards for the 2024 Class B runner-up Gretna East High School. Head coach Daryl Everhart and your assistants, please come forward to present the silver medals to each member of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 4, Colton Reichs. Number 8, Jacob Weekland. Number 9, Kason Brown. Number 13, Chase Neneman. Number 14, Nolan Iverson. Number 15, Carter Woodson. Number 17, Koa Stonebreaker. Number 22, Will Rector. Number 23, Austin Copeland. Number 24, Brody Zimmerman. Number 5, Tyler Cox. Number 11, Easton Leahy. Number 7, Nolan Green. Number 10, Carson Herman. Number 2, Curran Boswell. Number 1, Jensen Albers. Number 6, Tanner Erdkamp. Number 16, Colton Nicholson. Number 12, Seth Craigle. And number 3, Trevor Cox. And now, here's the 2024 NSAA Class B runner-up trophy. Congratulations, Gretna East High School. Now to the 2024 Class B champions. First, head coach Sean Bartholomew. We have a special award for you. Coach, would you and your assistants please present the gold medals to the members of your championship team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 8, Austin Holt. Number 10, Tanner Klein. Number 12, Caden Kraft. Number 15, Kyson Gaina. Number 16, Carson Ibsen. Number 17, Austin Elke. Number 19, JT Druba. Number 22, Eli Starner. Number 7, Jordan Monroe. Number 18, Crew Moeller. Number 13, Logan White. Number 21, Bryce Fountain. Number 9, Alec Small. And the seniors, number 2, Caden Keir. Number 5, Beckett Lund. Number 11, Carter Ibsen. Number 14, Porter Dutter. Number 4, Logan Michael. Number 24, Cale Fountain. Number 3, Brody Hoover. Number 6, John Hood. Number 1, Colton Homolka. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here's the 2024 NSAA Class B State Baseball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Norris High School.
Champions for the first time since 2013. The Norris Titans, they've been here so many times and have been runners-up, and they finally take home the hardware in 2024. No better feeling than winning a state title. We'll hear from the champs when we come back here in Papillion. Stay with us.
Omaha-born Robert Rubin graduated college in 1939. 5 years later, Rubin landed in Normandy, France, hours before the Allies' D-Day invasion. Not as a soldier, but as a Reuters war correspondent. Most people run from the fire of war. Robert Rubin ran towards it. Running towards the fire, a war correspondent's story. Thursday night at 8 Central on Nebraska Public Media.
Nebraska Public Media salutes Nebraska's history.
The western meadowlark is found on the western two-thirds of North America. It's no wonder that it's the state bird of not only Nebraska, but Kansas, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, and Oregon too. Western meadowlarks are easily identifiable by their yellow breasts and the black V-shaped collar near the neck. Unlike many bird species, males and females are identical. They build their nests on the ground and forage for food there too, eating insects, grains, and seeds.
This Nebraska History Moment was presented by Nebraska Public Media.
Tourism affects everyone. It affects the health of our state, the health of communities.
Tourism is discovering this great state, moving people around this great state and bringing them here.
You do need to be an ambassador. You need to sell to your region.
If we don't support the things that we have, it's going to be really hard to have them be there the next time you want to come.
Understanding Tourism, Nebraska's sleeping giant.
Wednesday night at 6:30 Central on World.
Coverage of the NSAA Baseball Championships on Nebraska Public Media is made possible in part by Nebraska Soybean Board, Education Quest Foundation, Nebraska Public Power District, and Teammates Mentoring Program. A big thank you to all of our sponsors who help us bring you the best high school athletes from across the state. We could not do it without your support. Back here at Warner Park, your state champs in Class B in 2024, the Titans of Norris. Let's go down to the field. Brian Dunsing is with the champs.
Thank you. Congratulations, Coach Bartholomew. You guys come up to a really quick start, 5-0. What was your mentality of the boys as Gretna East kind of started bringing their way back in?
Yeah, no, we knew they were going to claw back. They're a good club, and they have a lot of really good players, and they're well coached. So we just needed to keep scrapping at the plate and keep putting pressure on, and we just find a way, and that's what we did.
Nice, and 3 out of the 4 last time appearances have been runner-up. What's it feel like? Get this one on your back.
Man, it feels great. It hasn't really sunk in yet, but it feels great. It feels good to bring home the right color this time.
All right, congratulations, state champs. Yep, you got it. We're going to talk to Crew Miller next. Crew. They're busy. I get it. Crew, how you doing? Congratulations on state championship. That's awesome. Fantastic. 2 for 3. What was your approach at the plate?
My approach was obviously wind was blowing out today, and the rest of the tournament it's been blowing in, and I was absolutely barreling up this whole tournament. So I was just thinking to myself, think that wind is blowing in, stick to my same approach, and just do what I've been doing the entire season.
And then at the plate, or on the mound, last inning, bases loaded, 2 outs. What's your mentality? How fast is your heart rate going?
I tried to calm myself down the best that I could, and my mentality was just I'm the best player on the field right there, and I was going to get it done, and they could not hit me. That was my mentality.
I love it. Congratulations, state champs.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll talk with Cale Fountain next. Yeah. All right. 2 very large human beings out here. All right, senior leader team, 3 to 4 years, runner-up. What's it feel like to get this one, take home the gold?
It's everything. Coach Barr has been here so many times and staff. This program's kind of built that reputation to be in this game, and it's just really good to get over the hump and get that gold for once. It's just, such a special feeling and something I'll remember forever. So.
And you guys, like I just said, 3 to 4 times, you guys get back here, you guys grind. What was your guys' mentality throughout the season to try and get back to this position?
I mean, we just never stopped. We always showed up every day we practice, and this was our main goal, and I think we executed it perfectly.
I love it. Congrats, guys. Yep.
State champions. What a feeling, right? I mean, you're down here so many times, 3 of the last 4 years. You finished runner-up 8 total times. Just, how good that must feel to finally, it is getting the monkey off your back, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And they're the type of team, I think people expected them to be here and probably expected them to win even going into the game.
Right.
But that's a lot of pressure for a young team, and they delivered, right? They jumped out to the early 5-0 lead in the first, and then here we are in the bottom of 6 when Gretna East had gotten back into this game, and it was a 7-7 game to start the bottom of the 6th, and Norris just kept on coming, driving in runs, able to drive in 5 in that bottom of 6 that ultimately proved to be the difference in this game. That's a big-time win for a Norris program that has been wanting this state title.
Love to hear Coach Bartholomew. We took on the right color this year. Gold, not the silver.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, you get to this moment, you're not just happy to be here, right? You want the right color. They've been on the wrong side of it multiple times, but not today. They were on the winning side. They started early, they finished late, and just a complete game from Norris.
Well, we got the last of our state championships coming up tonight at 7:15. Millard West and Lincoln East for the Class A title. That'll be right here from Warner Park coming up tonight. For Jeff Lisey, for Brian Dunsing, I'm Larry Putney, for our entire crew here at Nebraska Public Media Sports. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here at 7:15. One more time for a title coming up tonight.
for Class B runner-up Gretna